Good morning or afternoon, depending what time you're watching. This is Miguel, your mentor, and this week I just wanted to cover time management. I believe it's an important skill that you guys need to develop, whether you're already a couple years into college or you're just starting out. I think you'll find it very helpful to keep track of your time and learn to organize it. I will show you guys some of the things I do personally to be on time with my homework, my tests, uh, personal matters. Um, so let's get started. The first thing is building a weekly schedule. So I would do this at the beginning of the semester. Usually at the beginning of the semester, you will know what time your classes are, um, when the due dates are for the homework assignments, the test. You will find this in your syllabus. They will actually break it down for you in the syllabus to tell you what week you will take certain things. So it's not a surprise, and you can definitely do a weekly schedule just based on your syllabus. But this is my weekly schedule. So as you guys know, I've been sending out some emails weekly saying I'll be available from 9 to 12 in the morning to do any drop-ins for Zoom calls. So anytime you guys want to just hop in and ask me a question or just talk for a little bit, if you have some free time, I'm available from 9 to 12 every morning, except for Friday and weekends. But so this is how I break down my schedule. So from 9 to 12, I am in my office hours. Um, if no one comes in, I usually try doing some homework as well, besides some work for you guys too. Um, so the first class, I would take sociology for this semester. My second class is history, so I would do that Tuesday. My third class is math, so that's Wednesday. And my fourth class would be, um, I think it's a business class, my last class, so that would be Thursday. So, because I knew I had an equal amount of work for each class, I broke it down for each day. So each day is separate, and I will do everything I need to do each week on those days for that class. If I want to take some more time, like for example, I'll do like the work for the class, and then on the weekend or on Friday, I'll do the tests and stuff. Um, Another thing I recommend doing is doing one of these. So break it down. It's almost the same thing I did on top, but just a little bit easier to read in terms of doing like assignments and listing them down. So Monday, you would write down all your assignments on the right, and then the date exactly that you need to turn it in, you would put in the middle. Um, this is a great way to be on track because you can also just check them off um, where you see Monday on those little boxes. You can just check those off. You can actually print this and just have it a physical copy of it. I think that's very helpful. This is explaining time management, why it benefits you, and why you should make it a top priority. So, as you can see on the bottom right hand side, there's a picture of my notes, which I actually did and I used for that semester. Um, so, I assigned each class a different date, and then I also included the due dates for each assignment. And as you can see on most of my assignments, I checked those off just to make sure I finished them and I completed them to perfection each week. and that's how I managed to be on top of all of my homeworks and not miss a single one. If we can keep scrolling. So, as you can see, this one seems a little bit more hectic, but the reason it's this way is because in this particular week, I had an issue with the bookstore. So, I also had to include that time I was going to go into the bookstore, what happened with the bookstore. So, I wrote little notes on the side, um, which had nothing to do with my classes, but it had to do with the time I was going to take to go drive to the bookstore and, you know exactly what I needed to do. So, including notes from your personal matters into your weekly notes is also very helpful because then you know exactly like what's happening in your entire week. And sometimes things come up and you can't really predict that, but if you can and something is going to come up ahead, it's good to just write it down. Here, what I wanted to show in this picture was that each week is different and you will learn how to adapt depending on each situation or each semester, um, or each class. It's going to be different each semester. You're going to have different professors, different classes. So, it's a matter of adapting. This is much different than the week before. As you can see in this one, some dates are combined. So, this is for the 19th, this is for the 19th. So, I'm doing two classes, actually three and four. So, four assignments in one day. And then for the other two, it's a separate day. And then the ones that don't have a due date, I probably already finished. I'm not sure. This was a couple semesters back, but this is different than this one where I divided it by days. So Thursday, Friday, this one's gonna be Saturday. Um, so this is how I structure my time management paper for each week. Trust me, you're gonna love having this, and keeping it with you is gonna be like the best thing you can have and do for yourself. Um, it will save you a lot of time later on in the semester. Um, because if you start early, you kind of get used to doing um, your notes at the beginning of the week to manage, whatever you have going on. So, um, later on in the semester, when you have a lot more things to do, midterms, tests, homework, quizzes, readings, it's going to be a lot easier for you guys. And lastly, other alternatives to doing what I do is put reminders on your phone. Tell Siri to make a reminder for doing your homework at a certain time. Um, you could also buy an organizer, but since you guys are in MCC provides organizers. Um, you can ask any of the faculty, and they would head you down the right way to tell you where you can find them. Um, MCC gives them out for free, so you don't have to buy them, and they're pretty good quality. I actually like mine, and I'm sure they might have given you guys one on your first day at MCC. But if they didn't, you can definitely get your organizer for free at MCC. Another alternative is a time management app. Sometimes I don't really prefer these because they ask you for subscriptions, you have to pay for it, and it's just not that convenient. Um, And lastly, you can do sticky notes. I also like to do these. So what I do is, I have a desk area where I have my PC and my laptop. So I just stick sticky notes in my desk so I won't forget. And then once I do that, I just rip them up and then throw them in the trash. So it's a great way to remind yourself. I also found a quick read for time management and why it's important. So if you want to go in that link, I will send this article out to you guys. And that's all for this week. I'll see you guys next week. Take care.